Instagram now lets you live stream for much longer than they used to. YouTube's chapters now have a list view. Pinterest has added 26 million new users in Q3 of 2020. All of this news and much more coming up in this week's edition. This is the Connected Church News. I am Nachi Lazarus. Welcome, and this is the show that brings you the top 5 digital and social media news each week in less than 5 minutes. Let's get started. Our first news is from YouTube. Last week, YouTube made announcements about simple but important user experience features that they are bringing to the app. The first thing is about chapters. If you know, we already talked about chapters earlier, where YouTube lets you divide your YouTube video into different topics that you're talking about and let the user jump to that section. If they want to go to section number 3 of your video, they can straight go there without having to forward it. So that is the chapters feature. Now that chapter feature gets a list view, which means the viewer can look at the list of all the chapters along with a thumbnail. That's what makes it interesting. So it makes it visual, so people can look at a visual thumbnail and then move to different chapters. They've also brought in small improvements like the ability to switch on captions is becoming much more easier with the buttons going to different place, and they've also made it easier for people to swipe up and down when they want to go from a landscape mode to a portrait mode to watch a video. So I will link to all the details in the show notes. Hey, I just want to take a minute to remind you to subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already, so that you do not miss any news episodes that we release here. Thank you. Now let's get back to our news item. Our next big news is from Instagram. Last week, Instagram announced that you can now live stream on their platform for up to 4 hours. Earlier, the limit was only 60 minutes, and now they increased it to 4 hours, which means if you have a longer content that you would like to live stream, you can now do it without being interrupted. So good news for ministries that are teaching and have long form interaction with the followers. You know, sometimes these interviews and interactions on live stream could go on and on. So it's nice that Instagram has looked at it, and especially during this lockdown where live streams are becoming very popular, this could be a big thing. The other announcement was about live archives. Instagram now lets you save your live stream for up to 30 days before they get deleted. So you can have a little more longevity for your content on Instagram. Our next news is from Google. Last week, Google made a couple of interesting announcements that I wanted to bring to your notice. One is about a process called URL to video process, where if you go to Google and give them your website, which has details about your nonprofit or ministry, they can convert it into a video. They'll just take the details from your webpage and convert it into a video. Very, very interesting. Video, as you know, is a top form of content across social media and the digital space. So all these organizations are trying to make it easier for organizations to create videos, which is fantastic because not all of us have the time and resources to sit and create videos. So things like this could be very helpful. So do check it out. The number 2 announcement from Google is they are coming up with their own VPN. And this VPN is going to be built into Google One subscription. So next time you look for VPN, you have another option coming right from the house of Google. Check it out. Our next news is from Spotify. Earlier this week, Spotify made a very interesting announcement that they are getting the creators, the artists, involved in the recommendation process, which means if you are an artist and there is a song and you want to tell Spotify that this is a season in which you want this song to be prominently recommended to the users, then you can actually do that. And this is almost like advertising, but you don't pay for it. There's no ad budget involved. Just that when you do that, and if Spotify is going to make that happen, then they will reduce the payout that they share with you as an artist. So it's very interesting. It's also an indicative trend of how things can go forward in the future, where a platform chooses to get the creator involved in the promotional process, which becomes a win-win situation because the user gets to see good recommendations, the platform gets everybody to stay for a longer time, and the creator gets to showcase the content that they want to showcase instead of the algorithm, determining what it is. So it's almost like a nice trend and a way in which the content ecosystem could evolve very nicely in the days to come. Our final news of this week is from Pinterest, and it's about the quarter 3 results of 2020 that was released in their performance report. It's not just for Pinterest, but for almost all the social media channels. There is some kind of increase or betterment of performance in quarter 3 of 2020. Pinterest reported that they have added 26 million new users in quarter 3, taking their total to 442 million monthly active users. Facebook also said that their monthly active users have gone up in the performance report, and Twitter said the users have gone down, but their revenue has gone up in quarter 3 2020. So it's very interesting how in midst of COVID, in midst of a second wave and everything, quarter 3 of 2020 has been a good quarter for most digital and social media channels. Goes on to show how much people are consuming content, how much they are connected, how much they are using social media. So if you as a non-profit or ministry don't have a strong social media or digital strategy for 2021 and the coming months, then it's time to definitely work on that and look at it and solidify it so that you can finish 2020 strong and start 2021 with a high note. Would you like to keep learning more about digital and social media to grow your ministry? Then you definitely want to check out this playlist where we answer a lot of common questions that ministries, non-profits and churches ask about digital and social media. Not just me, we get experts to answer those questions, and I'm sure you will find it very useful.